This is Fred Beck and Fred was Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. Today I'm very lucky joined by over Zoom, the president of the WBC, Mauricio Sulaimán. Mauricio, it's really nice to see you again. It's been a while since I believe we last spoke. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Just had a very nice couple days vacation with my family, my wife and my kids, and I'm all set to continue.
Where did you go on your vacation?
I went to Toronto, then I went to a boxing conference in New York, then went with my family to Washington and New York City.
Oh wow, so quite a nice little holiday there you got there. Quite busy.
Oh, very tiring. Sightseeing is tiring.
Do you find that? Oh, you had to go to that kind of conference. Was that a bit annoying? Kind of work during your holiday?
No, I had to go. You know, it's part of the process, and we have to do things, and my family understands. So I appreciate how they support. But had a 2 days of work, and then we had lots of fun.
Okay, that sounds quite nice then. So I think what I'll start with is a Tyson Fury situation. If Tyson Fury is saying he's retired, then why hasn't he relinquished the WBC title?
Spoken with Tyson Fury, and it's been a good process. He made his mandatory defense February 27, so he has time before any commitment. He has not confirmed in writing to the WBC that he has retired, and we have given him time as he deserves. He did the mandatory defense, but he must notify if he will go into the ring soon or not. But at this time, he's not breaking any rule or any commitment that he must comply with.
Is there a certain amount of time before he has to fight again? Because he's the
Well,
WBC world
a
champion.
champion is supposed to defend every 6 months, and then has to do the mandatory every 12 months. So now he's still in good time, in good shape.
I should know this. I should have done a little more research. But who's the mandatory for Tyson Fury now in the WBC rankings?
There is no mandatory. Dillian White was a mandatory defense. The WBC has a process for mandatory challengers. So we are starting to see there's going to be Ruiz against Ortiz. That's an elimination bout. Wilder is going to fight October apparently, so he's number one. That would be also a official bout, but we will see. We will see what happens. There's a lot of activity in the heavyweight. Usyk is fighting Joshua, and I believe Joyce is fighting Parker for the WBO mandatory. So we will see. There's great activity in the heavyweight division.
So you've got Ruiz and you've got Luis Ortiz fighting, obviously, later this year, and you've got Deontay Wilder. Do you reckon the winner of Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz will fight Deontay Wilder for the number one spot?
No, not really. No, we have not made any rulings. We have the annual convention in November. That's where every situation of each division will be addressed.
Okay, okay, that makes sense then. That's one point I do want to make sure and talk about is Canelo Alvarez obviously fighting Golovkin. And you made another WBC special belt for that, haven't you?
Yes, yes. We have been doing since 2017 the special commemorative belts for the May 5th and the September 16th bout with the art from Mexican culture as a gift from Mexico and the World Boxing Council to the world. It's a one piece, it's a trophy for the winner of the bout on such dates. And this one is special. It's coming out very, very beautiful.
Do you ever design them yourselves, or do you have a special designer who does it for you?
No, the localities, the Oaxaca culture. They do all the process. They design, they produce it. It's handmade. It's a really piece of art. It's unique. It's a one piece, so it's very very special. It's invaluable.
Certainly, they did look quite nice. And just talk to me about the Golovkin versus Canelo. Obviously, they fought twice before in two mega fights. What can we expect a third time around for the trilogy?
It's a great fight. They have given us 24 rounds of great action. All rounds have been very close. Both fights very close. The first one was a draw. The second one was a split decision. So it's going to be a sensational match. It doesn't matter that they have not seen each other for a while. They have a tremendous animosity. There's a lot of bad blood between them, and it should bring out a great sensational fight inside the ring.
Certainly, definitely one to look forward to. And one other fighter I do want to ask you about is Jake Paul. I mean, they made the news about 2 weeks ago when Jake Paul was meant to fight Hakeem Rockman Jr. that if Jake Paul were to win, then he'd be ranked in the WBC. Say that fight took place and Jake Paul won. Where would Jake Paul have been ranked in WBC world rankings?
Well, rankings, they have a great deal of criteria. There are many ratings criteria, and I believe Jake Paul deserves the attention of the boxing world. He has been undermined, he has been put down, and what he has done, he has been boxing for several years as an amateur. He's had some professional fights, and he's bringing millions of new eyeballs to the sport. I do not control the ratings. There's a ratings committee, and they rate and rank fighters by these criteria that I set down. And it's just a matter of the ratings committee to address this issue. My comment took off in the social media, and that means the fighter has interest in the world. We will see if he has merits to be rated. The WBC will not be shy to rate him, because he's there. Otherwise, that would be discrimination against a person. But we will see what happens when he keeps fighting, and he will probably be ranked in the WBC, but he has to earn that ranking.
Do you think that ranking would have been in the top 100, top 150? Where do you think roughly he would have been ranked?
That's for the ratings committee to address. I don't have as I say, it is not an appointment position. It is by a committee that meets from all over the world, and they evaluate every single topic, and then they come up with the rankings.
Okay, that's fair enough then. That's the committee's job. And one fight that's just been brought to light in the last couple of days is Spence versus Crawford, a fight that everyone wants to happen. How likely is it that fight happens later this year, Mauricio?
I'm confident. I'm confident it will happen. It's the fight the world wants to see. The boxing fans, the boxing media, everybody in the world would like to see that ultimate unification for the undisputed welterweight championship. Both fighters are in their prime, and that would be a sensational event for this year.
Will you have a special belt for that, a special WBC belt for that fight?
Probably. It would all depend. High-profile fights, definitely we'd like to recognize. We did the Union belt for that great fight between Fury and White with 94,000 spectators at Wembley. If this fight comes to fruition, we might do something special for them. Both are from the United States, and that could be a special topic.
Certainly could get a nice little design out. I remember last time I was speaking to you, you're very passionate and you're working quite hard with the WBC Cares community. What can you tell me about the WBC Cares and how's it progressed over the last few months?
Well, the WBC Cares is the pride of the WBC. We have chapters all over the world with volunteers, with members of the WBC, champions, executives, commissioners, ring officials, even members of the media participate. It's humbling to see how when we go out and do an event, to see how we reach out and we make the difference, especially in those cases where children are in the hospital and they need hope, and their parents need hope. They need a word of inspiration. They need someone to tell them everything is going to be all right. And it's very, very nice, very touching what we live in these events. We go to hospitals, to schools, to orphanages, to gymnasiums, even to jail, penitentiary. And I'm so proud of the champions and everyone, all the members that go out and give their time and their piece of their heart to change the minds and the bodies of others.
Certainly, it's very nice to WBC to do that. Is that the most favorite thing about your job, the WBC Cares community? Is that the best part of it, Mauricio?
Yeah, it's very fun. It's sometimes it's difficult. We've gone to difficult places where the atmosphere is very challenging, but we always find when we enter that room, that hospital, or that place where we enter, it's so different when we are leaving. Smiles and good vibes and positiveness. I am very proud of Jill Diamond. My wife, Christiane, does a tremendous job. And we're just a community outreach, social responsibility. And as I said, it's very humbling to see the members of the boxing community give back to those who need.
Certainly, that is very nice of WBC to do, and obviously yourself. But Mauricio, that's all my points covered. I'm sure we'll catch up when you're down in London for the next event. Probably if Tyson Fury fights again, I guess you'll be down here for that. But what do you got coming up for yourself in the next few months? What's in your radar?
I have a couple of weeks of things happening. For example, today, Adonis Stevenson, our champion of hope, has arrived in Mexico City. He's going to spend some time with us. Chocolatito Gonzalez is coming tomorrow. So we have some events for them during the weekend. Next week, we're going to do a premiere of a very nice boxing movie. It is about a Polish Jewish boxer who fought in the concentration camps to stay alive. And then when he got freed, he continued his boxing career. It's a very nice, inspirational movie. We're working with the producers to do a very nice premiere in Mexico. And then I go to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. My father is being inducted. It's 3 classes of induction. Floyd Mayweather and some other great champions. And my father is going to be inducted in Nevada, which is a great moment for my family and my mom, the siblings, the grandchildren. Then we have the NABF convention in Las Vegas. Then we have Canelo Triple G in Las Vegas. A lot of things happening all over the world. It's very interesting.
Wow, that does sound like quite a schedule. Blimey, I better let you get on the rest of the day. It sounds like quite a busy man. But Mauricio, I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Thanks so much for your time, mate. It's awesome.
I appreciate you very much. You are always positive and you will always receive a response. Any question, regardless if it's popular or not, if it's controversial or not, I'm here to respond. We are not perfect. We do our best to make boxing better. Of course, we make mistakes, but we like to correct them, and interviews like this help us continue the good path, my friend.
Awesome. That's really nice to hear. Thanks so much, Mauricio. That's great. Thank you.
God bless. Take care.